Hello, guys. Good evening. I trust everybody is doing fine. Please let me know if you can hear me, guys. Let me know if you can hear me, please. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening. All right. Good evening. Happiness, hot topics, Jane, Miracle, Obi name. Yeah, my day was fine. Thank you. It was fine. Thank you. All right. Good evening, Gift. Yeah, I mean, I tried my thank you, Gift. I tried my best to answer as many questions as I could and help out. But yeah, I know there's still more. But let's see. Okay. Good evening, Stella. Good evening, Toluwaniyi. Onidamola, good evening. Good evening. Miracle. Keziah, good evening. Adenike, good evening. Juliet, Blessing, Temi, Ebunoluwa, Daniel, Cecile. No, this is not Cecile. This Celine. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that, Toby winning. Don't worry. It takes time, but trust me, you'll get a hold of it very soon. Okay. Good evening, Celine. Good evening, Deborah. All right. Good evening, Stanley. Temi. Temi Tokbe. All right. All right, guys. So please let me know how far. I know a couple of persons are still struggling with their setup, and I mean, I think I tried my best to spend as much as you guys today. Yes, to help some people sort out their problem. So hopefully as we progress, a lot more persons are going to join the gang, right? Let's call it the gang of those that have their environment all set up. Okay. But I think a considerable amount of persons are have the environment set up already, right? And it's a lot of students. I try my possible best to answer as much question as I can, help as many people as I can, and I'm glad that I have a couple of heroes on the group, right? Some of you guys who have your environments working and all set up, also helping out your colleagues. Yeah, that means a lot to me. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah, so today we have a very interesting topic. So today it will be a lot of theory, a lot of talk, a lot of introduction to digital forensics, because that's what we have planned for today, right? Hopefully in our next class we have more students who have their environment set up so we can jump to the practical aspect, right? Trust me, this digital forensic session is going to be very, very interesting. Yeah. Okay, so let me quickly go through the comments. Let's just wait a little bit more so that by 10 minutes past time, that is 10 minutes past 7, my local time, we can jump to the material for today. Okay. Gift, I'm still battling with setting up my virtualization. Yes, thank you very much, Gift. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Yeah. I remember when I started, right? Yeah, VirtualBox is a lot. I had a problem on VirtualBox that took me about a week or 2 weeks before I could get the solution to it. Oh my god. So if you are feeling you have like yourself in, trust me, you are not, right? It's just part of the process. And the funny thing is, the solution to that was maybe like a 5 minute video. Took me like a week or 2 weeks before I could come across the video. But I mean, it helps your grit, right? Yeah, you must have that attitude. Thank you very much. Yeah, don't give up, guys. Don't give up. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, nothing good comes easy, but then as you progress, it gets more fun. It gets more fun. Trust me. Okay. Faith. Good evening, sir. So sorry to lag behind, but I struggled with adding Windows Enterprise to my VirtualBox, the one you did with VMware. All right, Faith. Don't worry. We'll keep attending to more um, cases on the group, right? We'll keep attending to it. So very soon, I trust that at least, at most, we should have maybe 90% of you guys with your environment all set up, right? Okay. Good evening, Caroline. Oluwaseyi Jane. Please, the installed Kali Linux and Windows system bring up processor does not support Xsave. Okay, Jane. All right. We will look into that very soon. Okay, Pamilari. Onyekwere Miracle. I successfully installed Kali Linux on VirtualBox. Okay, all right. That's progress, Miracle. That's progress. Hopefully, very soon you will have everything all set up. Obi winning. I'm not part of the gang yet. Okay, sorry. All right, sorry about your PC, but don't worry, you'll join us very soon. Don't give up, Obi winning. Don't worry, very soon. Okay. Yeah, that's the spirit. Benita, from one technical challenge to the other. Don't be discouraged, Benita. Don't be discouraged. And since we have a lot of students and this is completely virtual, it's if we were physically together, trust me, we would have been able to prevent some of the problems you guys are having. But don't be discouraged. Okay. Okay. All right, to be winning. I've watched. Yeah, it happens like that. Okay. Baron doing forensics today. We are detective today, guys, collecting sample and testing. Yeah. But today is just introduction. Okay, just introduction. Good evening, Jimmy. Obichiamaka. Good evening, Bamitale. Good evening. You sent me a person on Telegram and no response yet. All right, Jimmy. I'm trying as much as possible to respond to the DMs, but it's a lot. Okay, so hopefully I get to the person soon. Okay, okay, all right. Okay, this a lot. So let's not use today's session for troubleshooting. So very soon, guys, very soon we have more persons have their environment set up. So it's 10 minutes past 7 already. So yeah, let's get to business. Okay. Um. So I trust you all are doing fine, and I trust you had a productive day. Um. So today we are looking at digital forensic, and this is going to be a fundamental class, right? Fundamental class. So we are just going to um we are just going to touch a lot of introduction because of the nature of student that we have in this class. Dive into deep because we have different class of user, we have people coming from different discipline, so we have to make this overly simplistic, right? We have to make this overly simple so that everybody can grasp what we are going to be teaching in this session today. So as usual, I will need your input, right? We try to make this as interactive as possible. So yeah. So guys, let me know, what do you know about digital forensics? Have you done anything, any detective work? Somebody said today we are going to be wearing a detective hat. Have you investigated anything? Please let me know. And yes, please, let's not bring in relationship issues, right? All these relationship digital forensic persons. Trust me, it's always very funny. I think about I was speaking with a friend on some weird things that happen in cybersecurity, especially from the relationship folks, right? I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I got contacted by someone or referred to someone. I got referred to someone who claimed to need a cybersecurity professional, and in the process of communicating, it was, oh, please, can you help me hack someone? Because we need to get the person's mail. I was like, that's not ethical. I can't do that. Then before that, I think 2 or 3 weeks, somebody was like, oh, I suspect my partner is cheating on me, and I need you to compromise my partner's. Which platform is that? Now I can't even remember. I was like, okay, please just hold it there. Just hold it there. That's not part of my job description. Okay, yeah. So we are not going to be doing those forensics, not those relationship and love matter forensics today. Yeah. So let me know. Let me know. What do you know about digital forensic, right? Let me know. Do you have any funny story like my own, right? Do you have any funny story like my own? Please feel free to share, and we will get to explanation soon. So I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you guys. So let me take a look at the comment section. Okay. Good evening, Deborah. Good evening, Boluwatife. Benita, true, I agree. Yes, we are trying our best to make the good use of this virtual session, Benita. Thank you, and thank you for the comment. I always appreciate your positivity and comment, Benita. Thank you very much. Um, Good evening, Etinosa, Rachel, Flourish. Good evening. Wow, wow, congratulations, Flourish. That's so nice. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, that's a good way of saying things, Benita. We are better than where we were at the beginning. Okay. And all right. Okay. Precious, digital forensic is gathering of evidence in the case of a digital crime or breach. Yes, thank you very much, Precious. Very, very correct. Gathering of digital evidence in the case of digital crime or breach. Okay. Good evening, Bola Dele. Good evening, Adeshola. Good evening, Sheil. Okay, I just have to reply all these good evenings before you guys come for me that, oh, I'm not replying your messages. Okay, Jane, I think digital forensic involves the methods used in detecting cyber threats and provide. Yeah, true. Yeah, this true. Yeah, OB, LOL. Now, wow. Yes. No, 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 not so, Chiamaka. Try to run away from those relationship people. Okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, that's the spirit, Bukola. That's the spirit. Digital forensic is and interpreting electronic data to investigate potential crime. Okay, well said, boss said. They All right, thank you for the compliment, Oluwafemi Opeyemi. Um, okay, moving when it can be documentation of computer electronic evidence that can be used in the court of law. Yes, 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 yes. Sometimes it involves something. It involves all these court cases, right? I think the very first. Okay, I'm not sure I can share all the details, but one of the few forensic cases I've been privileged to be involved in, right, had was like a court matter. We're supposed to investigate some company fraud stuff. Yeah, that's all I can say about it. But trust me, it was an interesting case to deal with. Um, all right. Good evening, praise Modupe. Okay, digital forensic. Okay, I'll just stop taking the comments by 7:20 so we can move to our slide because there's a lot of comments. Oh my god. Okay, Bola Dele, digital forensic. Okay, gift rather. Digital forensic is the process of investigating and analyzing digital data. Well said. Well said. Gift. True. Bola Dele, digital forensic is gathering of digital evidence against an attack that occur and protecting the evidence which can be used in the court. Yes, I like the aspect, right? The part where you mentioned protecting the evidence. We'll be looking at how important it is to make sure that evidence has in no way been altered during forensic. Yeah, thank you very much, Bola Dele. Today, okay, Jimmy, digital forensic is the process of identifying, preserving, analyzing. Yes. Presenting digital evidence in a way that is admissible. Jimmy, I'm tempted to say you probably did a Google search or ChatGPT because this is very, very detailed. All right, all right, very nice one, Jimmy. Okay, best me. Good evening. Um, Obaro, I think digital forensic has to do with investigating digital crime. Yes, very true, very true. Okay. Um, Onyekwere Miracle, I think it is a process of gathering, investigating, and analyzing unique data for issues and preferring solution. Yes, yes, that's true. That's true. Okay, Miracle, court matter, interesting. Yeah, interesting. Afolabi, digital forensic is used to identify and investigate both cybersecurity incidents and physical security incidents. Yes, sometimes you might have to do a couple of physical things when it comes to digital forensic. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so I'll stop taking I'll stop taking comments now, and let's get to business. Let's get to business. Right. So let's just keep introduction. Right. So introduction to digital forensic, digital evidence. So there's something called digital evidence, right? In every case, right? Let's say if there's a crime, if there's going to be just we all know of what forensic entails, right? Maybe there's a crime and it needs to be investigated, right? There's a physical crime. You've watched all those detective movie where maybe all those American movie, you see all those police tape, do not cross, out of restriction, what have you, and then maybe a forensic expert is going to come to the scene. they draw chalk at the body, maybe there are dead bodies, they outline how body posture, then they start looking for things like fingerprints, they look for maybe DNA, all those kind of stuff, right? Those are evidences that are going to be rendered probably in the court of law. You get, they try to get as much information as they can on why, how, and when the crime happened, right? Now, the same applies to the digital case. There are things, no, these things are known as artifacts, right? As a forensic expert, your goal is to gather artifacts to prove something when it comes to maybe prove something in the digital space, right? Maybe digital crime, right? You need to gather artifacts to know when it occurred, how it occurred, from where, okay, who is the perpetrator, and stuffs like that. So those are things you should have in mind when it comes to digital forensic. So now, digital evidence are information stored or transmitted in digital forms that can be used in court, right? So when you are doing forensic, most time it's you are doing it having court in mind, right? You need this evidence that are going to be admissible in the court of law, right? Maybe somebody is going to be prosecuted, or maybe somebody is going to be vindicated, right? Um, okay, I'm not the gossip god, but recently I noticed, oh, there has been a couple of things that have been happening from an active in Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria space, you probably relate with this story. There's an activist that is claiming that, oh, somebody who was sentenced to prison did not go to prison. You should know the case I'm talking about, right? And then I think he was summoned by, is it the National Assembly? I don't know the full details, right? But then the aspect that concerns me as a security professional is that if you notice some of the statements made through that hearing, right? Because maybe mobile devices were used for transfer, mobile devices were used for texting, mobile devices were used for communication in general. You notice they start mentioning things like, oh, what time was the message sent? Okay, can we get the bank statement, right? Those are like log. Can we check the call log? All those kind of things, right? So those are evidences, right? So example, we have emails, we have text files, we have images, we have internet history, server logs, and so on, right? So that these are examples of digital evidence. So these are informations that will help when it comes to digital investigation. Now, what are the importance of digital evidence? It supports criminal investigation, right? It helps to resolve civil disputes and cyber security incidents. So let's say, for example, I got let's say Miracle was wrongfully accused of doing something, right? Maybe Miracle was wrongfully accused of doing something, and oh, you are hired as his forensic expert to come and prove that, okay, this is an allegation against Miracle, and this allegation is false, right? Okay, how can you prove it? You might be able to prove it by taking a look at Miracle's location. Okay, because Miracle's phone might have been logging Miracle's location, right? So by the time you check Miracle's mobile device, maybe her phone, and then from investigating her phone, you find out that, oh, Miracle has actively been using her phone in the last 4 months. Okay, and in the last 4 months, it is showing that Miracle has been in the city of Abuja, right? Using her phone location. Maybe she has been posting things on, giving live update on Snap, okay, posting her location on Snap or Instagram. And then by the time you take a look at all this, and okay, Miracle's location has always been pointing to her being in Abuja, right? And then you can now tell, okay, this phone crime was committed in Lagos. There is no way, humanly speaking, physically speaking, that Miracle can be in Abuja and Lagos at the same time, right? And this crime happened in the let's say 2 months ago, and for the last 4 months, it is clearly visible using all this digital evidence, right? Maybe a snap, phone keeping track of our location, and all those kind of things, that Miracle has not left Abuja. So with that, now you have enough evidence to prove, right, that Miracle is not the one that committed the crime. Okay, now the same is possible, right? Okay, maybe somebody is trying to say, oh, I'm not the one that committed the crime, right? And then by the time you check the person, this person is supposed to be staying in Abuja, right? This person is supposed to be staying in Abuja, right? And then by the time we investigated this person's phone, we discovered that, oh, your phone is showing that you've always for the last 4 months, you've been your location has been Lagos, Nigeria, right? Your location has been Lagos, Nigeria. Okay. Now, not only we also know that, okay, this crime was committed in the space of 2 months ago, right? Or in the space of 4 months, right? To prove that, okay, there's a high chance that this person actually committed this crime, that he or she is being what is being off, right? By just using their mobile device. Now, this evidence that we're if the person committed the crime or not, whether the person committed the crime or not, is from what? Is from their electronic device, right? From their phone. Okay. All right. So all right. So I hope we all understand what I have explained. Now, there are a lot of ways you can check for digital evidence, right? If you check your phone, right, you can see information such as the date a photo was taken, the location where the photo was taken, right? So you spread across your mobile phone, right? There is a lot of evidence, trust me, a lot of evidence on your phone. So, will I be permitted to do this? Okay. Yeah. So if you take your mobile phone and you probably go to your gallery, maybe take a look at one of your favorite picture that you took, maybe go to your camera, take a look at your picture, and let's see. Okay, I'm doing this at my end, right? Go to the information. You can see what date the picture was taken. You can see the location the picture was taken, and a lot of other interesting things. Okay, now before now, it is possible most of the pictures you upload to platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram used to have all these informations, right? These things are called metadata, right? So metadatas are data about data. That is information that is telling you something about something, right? Data about data, right? But over time, because of the implications of this kind of information, um we have them being stripped away now. So now most time when you're uploading pictures to platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and stuff like that, right, this information will be stripped, right? So the point I'm trying to make is a lot of things you do online, they are information that can be tied together, right, to make sense, right, to probably get an intelligence, to probably vindicate somebody, or even to incriminate somebody. Now, principle of evidence collection, evidence must be admissible and reliable. You need to make sure that when you are doing forensic, the evidence that you are going to be presenting to the court of law, it is admissible by the court standard. Now, it is not just admissible by the court standard, also be trusted to be what? To be reliable. Okay. Now, there needs to be what? Integrity. The information you are going to be presenting when it comes to digital forensic, you need to make sure that integrity of data is kept intact. So you must ensure that data isn't altered. Data has not been altered. Yes. So going through the comments, we have something from Comfort. Comfort said, "What if Miracle left her phone in Lagos, right, and went to probably another state, let's say Abuja?" I believe that's what you're trying to say. The crime. Yes, that is possible. Yeah. So we are not just going to use, there's going to be a lot of brainstorming, right? There's going to be a lot of bringing of evidence together before we can conclude, right? So I'm just giving a case, a story, right? I'm just giving an example, right? So you need to make sure that your data is what is reliable. You need to be able to prove beyond doubt that, okay, Miracle traveled to Lagos with her phone, right? And if not, you need to be able to say, okay, Miracle did not travel to Lagos with her phone, but maybe using a smart device. Maybe she has a smartwatch that's also been collecting data about her location. We can judge, right? Okay, maybe through using her Facebook account, maybe she left her phone in Abuja, right? And then she went to Lagos. Okay, there's no problem. Okay. Um, on getting to Lagos, she probably logged in to Facebook, right? Now, Facebook is definitely going to log the IP that Miracle is using to access Facebook, right? And now IP has location. So we can say, okay, Miracle's phone showed that she has been in Abuja for the past 4 months, but upon investigating Facebook activity and getting some logs from Facebook, we discover that Miracle has been accessing infrastructure, has been accessing a Facebook account using an IP address that is known to be coming from Lagos. Okay, so you see now that when it comes to forensic, right, a lot of data can be used for investigation, including what? Including, okay, you guys just want to vindicate Miracle from this crime, okay? Thank you very much, Praise. Yes, true. She was posting on Snap, right? Somebody said, what if she's using VPN? Yes, we'll get to that. I mean, that's like the last thing we have for today. There's something known as anti-forensic, right? So basically, just to do a little spoiler, right? Anti-forensic involves using techniques that is going to alter the original data, right? So it's going to make forensic process very hard or even impossible, right? Okay, so we have like I was saying, so we want to track, okay, where has Miracle been doing it? You can use some easily accessible tools online. Like if you do IP location, let's search for IP location. There's this tool that shows IP that you can use to search for IP by their location. Right? You can use this tool to search for IP by its location. Okay, why is this not? Okay, so we have this. So what is my IP location? So by simply supplying an IP address here, you can know the location of the IP, right? So let's say, for example, you can see that this is showing that this person is in Lagos, Oshodi, Nigeria, right? And this person is using MTN. and this person is using, okay, okay, these guys are putting me out to the world. Okay, but I'm not in Lagos, so this is wrong, right? Anti-forensic. But yeah, but definitely from an IP, you can tell the physical location of somebody, right? You can say, okay, this person is a Nigerian, right? Since this IP is coming from Nigeria. Okay. Right. Okay. So yeah, let's get back to slide. So we must make sure that what the principle of evidence collection is followed, right? We must make sure that the evidence is admissible and reliable. You must be able to prove beyond doubt that this your evidence that you're presenting is not just guess, it's not just guesswork, right? It is based on facts, right? Then you have integrity, ensure data has not been altered, right? Then we have best practices. You must what proper documentation, proper verification through hashing, and using right blocker to prevent alteration. So now this, when you are carrying out forensic, we are going to get to look at hashing. We are going to get to look at what hashing is. We are going to look at what right blocking and right blocker is and other stuff like that. Okay, now there's something called chain of custody. Something called chain of custody. So the chain of custody I have here is documented record of evidence handling from collection to presentation in court. So chain of custody is a document that will show how evidence moved, right? Okay, the mobile phone was collected, it was handed over to Emmanuel. Emmanuel did ABC on the mobile phone, the mobile phone to Miracle, right? Miracle Osuji, right? After the mobile phone got handed to Miracle Osuji did ABCD, right? And Miracle Osuji was able to gather evidence, this, and that, right? After that, submitted it to Folorunso Ayodele, right? Handed it over to Folorunso Ayodele, and then Folorunso Ayodele did XYZ, and Folorunso Ayodele, by doing XYZ, was able to find out what will I use? 1, 2, 3, right? Now, so this is showing what the handling of data, the process involved, what was done to the data, right? So these documents, right, when you are presenting this in court, the judge can know that, okay, this is the process, this is what was done, what on the document. So key element is what? Who collected it? When, how, and where was this evidence stored? So a break in chain of custody can lead to what? Evidence being inadmissible. So if chain of custody is showing that, okay, evidence moved from Emmanuel to Miracle, from Miracle to Florence, right? And then upon investigation, we found that, oh, along the way, who will I call? Let me take a look at the comment. Okay, Emilia, yeah, Emilia Ike, right? Emilia also had access to this evidence, to these digital assets, right? Emilia had access to these digital assets, but of custody. By that, as a lawyer, you can say, okay, since Emilia's collection, Emilia's manipulation, Emilia investigation of this digital assets was not documented, that means this evidence that this person, the so-called security professional, is presenting before the court of law is what? Is false. Okay? So you must make sure that your chain of custody is very, very intact when you are carrying out what? Digital forensic. Let me repeat it again. A break in chain of custody can lead to evidence being inadmissible. So whatever it is that you are doing on the device must be properly documented. The timestamp, everything, and everything. Okay, so all right, interactive session, right? There'll be a lot of talk into this class. So okay, um, from Evania, sir, the evidence on the mobile phone is it through the phone IP. Yeah, I mean, we could judge our location from our IP address, right? We could, using the website I showed you, we could infer the location. So taking a look at the person's log, maybe IP log, right? We could say, okay, this is where the person has been connecting from. So we can prove that this person has been in this location. Okay. Pamela, um, sir, can deleted data be fully recovered to prove someone involvement in a crime? Hmm, hmm. Okay, I'm going to make a bold statement here. It's not part of what we are supposed to discuss for today, but okay. Now, in the world of computing, right? Okay, let me first say yes, you can recover deleted data. Then I'll move to explaining it. Yes, you can recover deleted data. Now, in the world of computing, there's something called abstraction. Now, abstraction is the process of hiding the details of how something is being done, and then you just present what people need to know. Just present what will help people understand something. Okay. Now, in the world of computing, there is no such thing as deleting a file. Okay, right? You When you click delete, you are not deleting the file. Nah, that's not what is happening. Okay, I think I'm putting myself in trouble now because I have to do a lot more explaining. Okay, now how the memory computer storage works, right? There is a table that shows where a file is being right? So when you are looking for a file on your computer, you simply go to that table, then the table is going to tell you the address location. So it's going to be pointing to that address location where the file is. Now, when you delete a file, you do not delete that file. What you are just doing is you are no longer referencing the address location. So now, when the computer takes a look at the table, maybe when you are trying to store a file or something, by the time it takes a look at the table that is showing the address location that is being used, it knows that it is not supposed to write anything to that address location that is being referenced as for keeping an information. Okay. Now, when you delete a file, right? When you click delete on your computer, what happens is that that address and location now will show that it is taking a new data. So what actually happens in computing is data gets overwritten. Okay, so now that's why if you delete a file, you can go back to your recycle bin and get it back. Now, it is possible to get a data that has not yet been overwritten. Are you following? Yeah. So that's why it is possible to recover data that has been deleted. Now, part of anti-forensic method when you want to make sure that a file that you've deleted cannot be restored is you write a lot of things into the storage device. So you write maybe zeros and one, multiple times, so that okay, even if okay, okay, this comment have made me lost a touch of my thought chain. Ah, okay. Yeah. So even if somebody is carrying out forensic on the device, right? They're only going to they will not be seeing anything on the memory location because it has been overwritten. Okay. All right. So I hope I did not confuse anybody. I was not planning to explain this into this class, but yeah. So let me go through the comment section. Baron, yeah. So it's true. You don't delete something from a computer. You only overwrite it. Yeah, you only overwrite it. All right. Thank you, Kemi, for the prayer. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Obi, when name it is possible. Yeah. So by it is possible, Obi, when and I'm sure you know now that what you do is you overwrite the file. You write something else instead of restoring. They get what is now there. Okay. Kemi, how are we going to solve the issue of the apple? Is that what you mean? Your question is not complete, please. Okay. Wilson, sir, is it possible for evidence to have the collector's digital signature to prove it's still intact, even if the chain of custody has been? If chain of custody has been broken, it is hard for you to prove. At that point, you've lost your credibility as a professional. Trust me, nobody's going to take you serious again. Writer blocker from Jane. Just do a quick Google search about that, Jane, and come back to educators. Okay, let me leave you to do that for us. Okay. Okay, Baron. No such thing as deleting a file is not something nice to hear. It is nice for you, right? Because you know that okay, you can actually help to recover file, right? It is possible. Maybe, yeah, I've gotten a case of somebody. I mean, went for a wedding photo shoot and then they mistakenly deleted all the wedding files, right? That's the forensic professional. You're like the only hope, right, to get back all the wedding photos and videos from the what's it called, memory card, right? So it's a nice thing. It's a double-edged sword. It depends on the hand of the person they saw this, right? Sword gun is not necessarily bad. It's just the person holding it that makes it good or bad. Okay. Um. Okay. Cassie is saying, "Sir, yeah. What if you permanently delete? Shift plus delete. Yeah, it's still not deleted. Trust me. You can restore it by using some software. If you use Control Shift Delete, nah, it's not good. Trust me. The data has been overwritten. Okay, Kemi, please, I need your help to solve the issue of item. Okay, Kemi, let's leave that out of today's session. We will get to that. I believe I responded to this Acrobat message. Yeah, I think I responded to them with this Acrobat stuff. Maybe on the group or DM. Please check. I think I responded to this. Okay. Sorry, Abimbola. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to show my public IP in to the entire world. If not, I would have shown you how that works. But here's what you do, right? Oluwafemi. Oh, it's a private IP. Yeah, I think what you are probably doing is you're checking your CMD and you're doing IP config or IF config, right? To check. No, that's your private IP. You need to check for public IP. So here's what you do. You go to Google, right? And I won't complete the process because I don't want to reveal my IP address to the entire internet. You come to Google and search what is my IP. So if you do what is my IP, it's going to show your public IP address. You can now pick that public IP address and paste it in location. That is the IP you are using on the internet. The IP you check on your CMD is your private IP, right? So that's different from the IP address you get when you search what is my IP is going to be your public IP. Okay, then you can paste that in IP location. It should tell you your location and stuff like that. Okay. All right. So we'll be waiting for your feedback, well, for your response rather, from Oluwafemi, right? It's Oluwafemi. Yeah. Okay. Omobola, what if I delete from recycle bin? Yes, it's still recoverable, even if you delete it from recycle bin. From what I explained, right? Um, Pamela, all right, you're welcome. Hot topics, yeah, quite interesting. Um, okay, Michael, Sarah. So this is more of introduction. This is more of introduction because we have different people in this class, right? So we cannot go too deep into this, but we'll try our best to cover as much as we can so that everybody can understand. Okay, Irene is saying, wow, I would like to know. Computer don't show me paper. Okay, computers. Okay, okay. We will be touching some of that, right? Yeah, we have a lab environment for this. Trust me, I have one sweet stuff to show you guys. Yes. And for this one, I'm going to make sure that we all can do it on our local system so everybody can follow. Except you are using a mobile phone and you don't have a laptop, you might not be able to do that lab, right? But in that lab, you're going to see us recovering files that were deleted from a mobile phone, messages, text messages that the person has deleted. Maybe the person was cheating on his babe or what have you. We are going to get back those messages, okay, and then we are going to prove if the person is a criminal or not. Yeah. So look, you guys should anticipate that class. It's going to be interesting. Okay. Gift. I remember I paid for my mom's burial picture after the burial. The guy said all the pictures were lost. Is this because it was cyber oriented or something was fishy? I mean, mistakes happen. Mistakes happen, gifts, right? It's possible. What is it called? The pictures got deleted by mistake. I mean, there have been cases of people not remembering to press the record button. That happens too. But as long as it was recorded, it's fine. It's also possible that the storage device got corrupted. Yeah, yeah, that's possible. But you see, now as a security forensic expert, now you can earn. I mean, you can earn a little cash if that case was brought to you. Okay, I can help you recover these files for X amount of money, and then you do it and you get paid for it. Yeah. Okay. Etinola Michelle, sir. Okay. Let's leave the virtual environment setup out of today's class, okay? We'll get back to it in the group. All right, Juliet, okay. Does this mean I can still recover my lost file? Yes, Abimbola, as long as the file has not yet been overwritten, it is possible for you to get it back. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Thank you for the compliment, Joy. Bukola, can a clone device be used as digital evidence? And how can you tell if yeah, cloning is possible. So cloning is like replicating the device. Yeah. So once in forensic, you actually clone the you clone devices. Let's say maybe a storage device, you clone it, right? And then you cloned one, right? The copy is what you analyze, right? As a professional, you don't analyze the original, you don't analyze the original. There might be data altering, so you need to make sure that you are working with a cloned one. You get, yes, so it is admissible. Okay. Um. Okay. Oh, sorry about that, Sarah. Sorry about that. I wish you had these skills that time. You would have been able to get back your pictures, right? Okay. Timilehin Hey, sir, I have a friend that deleted all his texts from WhatsApp and something happened to him. Is it possible to recover those messages? Yeah, as long as he has a backup, as long as backup, you can get back the text. Okay. Remember, WhatsApp messages are not stored on the locally on the phone, right? Most time, and they have like a lifespan. Okay. Yeah, yeah. It's so sad, Syria. Sorry about that. What if system crash? Okoli Grace, what if system crash? Okay, now I'm not even going through my slide and it's almost break time. Okay, so most time, right? Let's say for Windows user, I'm going to speak for Windows user most time, right? If your system crashes, most time, right, it is your operating system that crashes. It is not necessarily the storage device that is completely bad. Do you understand? So there's the easy fix for that most time is just pick up your screw, unscrew the what is it called? The computer, remove the hard disks or the SS, the hard disks, right? Once you remove the hard disks, you plug hard disks to the other computer, maybe another computer, and then you'll be able to access the file. Yeah, you'll be able to access the file that way. That way, you can now copy the files. Yes, so it is possible to get. I mean, that's what some of these computer technicians do. They just speak some grammars to you and tell you, oh, it will just cost you 20,000 naira, and then when you leave, they just do copy and pasting. Very funny. I'm not saying that's what but yet it happens like that sometimes. Yes, it happens like that sometimes. Okay. Um, how do people connect another person's number to their mobile number to receive? Okay, that is outside today's lesson, Juliet. This is outside today's lesson. Yeah, but I mean, there's phone number forwarding now. It's possible to forward phone number, right? Okay. Um, what of what if it's a new device? Can one still get the content? Hmm. Oluwafemi, can you put your question in more context? Okay. Tech uniquely. What if the HDD goes bad? Is it possible to still get the data? Yeah, I mean, there are extreme cases of the HDD being completely bad, right? So there are extreme cases where you might not be able to get the data. I'm not saying all the time you can get the data. Nah, it's not always like that. But have in mind that you can get the data. Okay. Yes, files deleted on your mobile phone is still storage, right? Almost the same principle. Files deleted on your there are a couple of paid for tools like Celebrite, right? If they plug your mobile phone to Celebrite, the kind of data they would extract for it, some of them you don't even on your phone. Yeah, yeah. Let me give you like an example, like just for explanation for Nigerians on this call. So over here in Nigeria, right, buy we get second hand devices, ranging from car to electronic devices, right? A lot of stolen UK iPhones are on the street of Nigeria, right? Story for another day, right? But the point I'm trying to make is Nigerians buy a lot of foreign used goods, and we call it tokumbo here, right? A senior friend of mine, at some point got a fairly used, clean tokumbo laptop. No, okay, it was a Nigerian used laptop, right? After getting the laptop, he decided to just check out what has happened, like who the previous laptop owner was, and try to have an idea with the laptop, right? And we have an interesting number of persons who are into internet crime here in Nigeria, right? We call them Yahoo boys or Yahoo girls, right? Just I also need to put this out. Not all well-doing young people from Nigeria are internet criminals. Yes, yeah. I also need to say this. Yeah. So after performing forensic on the laptop and restoring all the data, right, the deleted data, because when he was given the laptop, it was a clean laptop, but it decided to recover the data that was from the previous owner data on it. And you'll be surprised from the kind of data that was recovered, he was able to figure out that the laptop was previously owned by a Yahoo boy. Right. Very, very funny story. I mean, when he shared it with me, I was amazed, right? Very, very interesting. I just felt that might be worth mentioning. Okay. Um So yeah, let's take a quick break now. Let's take a quick break. You guys should please fill your attendance, and in the next 10 minutes we will be back and we'll continue our slide. Like we've done a lot of interaction, we are barely touched the surface. So yeah. So by 12 minutes past 8 my time, we are going to get back to lessons. All right, guys. See you in 10 minutes. Okay. All right, guys. Hello. Please, please, if you are back from break, please, let me know so we can continue. So we can continue. Okay. Okay, guys. Yikes. Please, can you all hear me? Okay, nice. Thank you, been winning. Thank you, Omobola. You're welcome, Pamilari. Okay, Baron, Juliet, Aderonke. All right, guys. Okay, so where did we stop? Where did we stop? Okay, today's class is quite interesting because there's a lot of storytelling, right? Okay, so let's move. Okay, so sources of this digital evidence. How can we gather evidence when we are working on forensics? How can we gather digital evidence? So let me hear from you guys. Tell me sources of digital evidence, guys. So I mean, a lot of persons have been talking about mobile phone, right? So what are other sources of getting digital evidence? You guys should tell me something before we talk about what we have on our slide. Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you. Social media from Sandra. Yes, social media. Onidamola, social media. And okay, I hope you guys can all hear me because I have this from Victoria. Please let me know. And Pamela Ring, computers and laptops. Yes. Onidamola, emails. Yeah, true. Text files, Baron. Yes, text files, images. Yes. Do you know that from, I mean, if you give me maybe a Word document or a PDF file, if you carry Okay, if you carry out forensic on it, you can actually, through the metadata, tell what computer the Word file was created on, right? You can also tell the dates. So yes, files like text file, Word files like Baron mentioned. Images also, we mentioned earlier that we can see the dates, the location, and other stuff. Call logs and email. Yeah, your call logs can also serve as forensic evidence, right? Who are you calling? When are you calling these folks? And stuffs like that, right? Servers, yes, Onyekwere, server logs, right? So server logs, right, can tell you who accessed the web page, can tell you their can tell you what time they accessed the web page, if they have an account, the account information, right? Cloud data, yes, for cloud, can gather some cloud logs to see CCTV footage, yes, CCTV camera and stuff like that. Bluetooth, yeah. Bluetooth, I can't see 100%. Yeah, but yeah, I believe there are some evidence you can get from Bluetooth, like what devices connected to the Bluetooth and stuff like that. Email, social media pictures, yeah. That is from Bukola Modi. digital camera from OB, yeah, social media. Okay, this is a lot, guys. Yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot. ATM camera, yeah. So I have something nice I want you guys to study. Um at your own private time. So this is not an assignment in quotes, right? But it is an assignment in quotes. So just to give you guys just something nice to look out for. I want you guys check out the court affidavit for Hush Puppy. I'm sure a lot of us know who Hush Puppy is, right? Hush Puppy, court affidavits. Okay, right. Search for this. You should get to this United States District Court, and you can download the PDF document. So let me open the PDF document, and then you can see criminal complaints by telephone and other reliable electronics means. So this is the forensic experts. I, the complainant in this case, state that the following is true based on my knowledge, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Couple of signature, and yeah, it's going to be a very very interesting read. Trust me on that. It's going to be. So you can see some of these things are pictures gathered from his social media, right? You can see that this picture proves his location, right? So okay, we can tell that okay, this is Dubai. So Hush Puppy was based in Dubai, right? These are cars, these are luxurious cars. So we can tell that Hush Puppy is an expensive folks, right? It's an expensive folk, right? An expensive big boy. Okay, and okay, we from this bag, right? Louis Vuitton, we can tell that oh, Hush Puppy spent a lot of money buying expensive things, right? From expensive designer stuff, right? So if you check here, you can see this Instagram profile also claimed that the user was a real estate developer and listed, right? You can see now that they are getting his Snapchat account, right? Right, and yeah. So based on record from Instagram, so you can see that the gathered record from Instagram received in June. So you see that timing is very important when it comes to forensic. The Instagram account was subscribed with the name Ray, right? The email address Ray Hush Puppy, and the verification phone number is this. So this is Hush Puppy phone number. So you can see this is an artifact. The Instagram account was opened at this date, right? And recent account history. So now recent account history from 2020 shows login from internet protocol IP addresses located in where? In UAE. And then you can see Abbas lives in the UAE based on the what information from his there's a lot of what tying together of information, right? Okay, we have his IP address. We can infer that okay, to the social media IP address. I'm sorry, this social um to this social media platform from this IP address, then there's a high chance that he lives in the UAE. You get so you bring a lot of evidence together to make sense. And trust me, this is an interesting read, guys. I advise you guys to go through it. Then you when you go through it, you see things like call logs being analyzed, his email being analyzed, and all this a lot of other interesting stuff, right? So that's just by the way. It's just to okay. So let's get back to our slide and continue. Oh, we're seeing slide 9. Oh my god, there's a lot of talk today. So yeah, sources of digital forensic, we have computers, right? So hard drives, SSD, right? For computers, maybe a laptop, maybe a desktop, computing device, right? Then we have mobile devices, your smartphones, your tablets, and stuff like that. Then network, right? So network log, traffic captured, and stuff like that, right? Then cloud also, so remote server, online databases, and stuff like that. So I have something intentionally left out on the sources of digital forensic. Please, can anybody point it out? There's something right now in this generation that generates a lot of a lot of data, right? A lot of data, right? Can anybody think of what it is? Yeah. Okay. AI. We have a lot of AI. Okay, not AI. That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, social media is not here, but it's not social media. Yeah, that's true. You guys are right. Social media is not here, and there's a lot of data you can get from people's social media. So that makes it two. That makes it two. But there's one more I want to hear from you guys. There's one more. We have cloud here. We have there's one more. Yeah, social media. That's very true. I mean, in Hush Puppy case, social media was one of the major things that gave him out, right? Okay. Not AI, not AI, not AI. Yeah, but right in this generation, we have a lot of persons giving feeding AI their personal data. Yes. So you need to be careful what you're telling ChatGPT and other AI tools. Yeah. Do we all know something called IoT? Internet of Things. Internet of Things. Yes, CCTVs, an IoT device. So we are in a generation where everything is being tied together, right? We have Internet of Things. So your house is maybe your microwave, your CCTV camera, your fridge, your air condition, your refrigerator, smart TV, smart this, smart that. Yet there's a lot of data that can be gotten from IoT devices. Yes, there is a ton of data that can be gotten from IoT device. So yeah, I just feel I need to mention that. Yes, IoT devices. All right. So now what are the responsibility of a first responder? Right now, when you want to when you are carrying out digital forensic, maybe you are maybe somebody a cyber criminal let's say maybe their office or their house or any of their location got raided by the the government, is it parastatal or body in charge of that, and you are the forensic expert, you are the first responder that is supposed to work on the case. So what is expected of you? What is your responsibility, right? So your responsibility involves securing the scene, preventing data destruction, or prevent or preserve evidence. Now, okay, you've gone with the police department to a particular cyber crime gang office or house, and then you guys have raided the house. You need to make sure that data is being prevented from being destroyed, right? You need to make sure that, oh, the cyber criminal is not destroying their storage device as soon as they are seeing the police. You need to make sure this is not happening. Then you need to make sure that the evidence is also preserved, right? So maybe if the computer is still working, you need to make sure the computer is left that way, right? You need to make sure, because now there's okay, I'm jumping into my slide in the future, right? So let me take a pause here. So you can see initial step, you need to power down device properly to make sure that nothing is being lost. You need to document the scene and you need to collect volatile file. Now, powering down the device, right? Before then, there are some things you need to make sure of. So if a computer is turned on, you need to make sure there is no important information running in the RAM. So now we have what we call volatile data and non-volatile data. So volatile data are data that are running in the RAM, right? While non-volatile data are data that are in the storage, which is known as ROM. Okay. Now, RAM is also known as memory storage is also known as ROM is also known as. Now, data that is loaded into the memory is a volatile data. That means this data can easily be tampered with. So you need to make sure that you properly capture the data in the RAM. Now, data that is going to be lost when a device is turned off, when a device is powered off. So you need to know that, oh, before you power down or power the device, you have captured the data that is in the RAM. You have copied it, you have imaged the data. Okay, so before you power down any device, you need to make sure you do things like this. Okay, now, so in summary, volatile data is data that is going to be lost when you power off a device. Non-volatile data is data that will remain intact after you've powered or when you power down a device, right? So identifying evidence location. So this can be done either physically or virtually. So for computers, we have storage medias physically, right? So physically, the computer, the storage media, maybe external hard drive or whatever storage device, USB or network equivalents. Now, virtual, right? Then we are talking of the cloud, right? Cloud services, virtual environments, and remote servers. Okay. Now, live versus static collection. So live collection, capturing data while the system is running. So it is very important that you make sure that information such as information in the RAM or network connections are not lost. You properly capture them. So these are live data. This data that you are going to be carrying out live collection on. Okay, then static collection. So imagine a powered down system. So these are data that are not volatile. So data in your storage, right? So you need to image them. So this ones, for this kind of data, you can power off the computer before capturing them. Okay. So when to use? So when do you use live collection and when do you use static collection? So live collection is for what? Volatile data. Static collection is for permanent storage. So I believe the difference is clear. I believe the difference is clear. All right. Yeah, thank you very much, Praise. Volatile data are data that can be lost when you power down your device. For example, the RAM, right? While non-volatile data are the opposite. For example, the ROM. Yes, very well said. Thank you, Praise. Okay, so evidence preservation technique. So we have what we call imaging, we have what we don't call copying, we have hashing, and we have hacking. Okay, so yeah, I remember I told somebody to research about write block by maybe doing a quick Google search or ask an AI to what write block is, but I don't remember you responding. I still want to get your answer before I explain what it is. So I'm waiting for you. Whoever you are, please. I want to see your comment soon. So yes, so you need to preserve. Remember, I said we do not analyze data. We analyze duplicate data, right? So in case any damage is done on the data, we know that, oh, we can always go back to the original data to get the copy and we can always work, right? Because once the information has been altered, if you alter the original data, then your evidence is no more the integrity of the evidence has been tampered with. Okay. So imaging involves creating a bit for bit copy of storage device. Entire storage device, you create an exact copy, bit for bit copy of an entire storage device. Why copying involve what is used for smaller devices for smaller files and files. You can copy smaller files and files. But so that means if I should image your phone, to another phone, it is like I have the exact copy of your phone on another mobile phone. Okay. Now, we need to be able to tell how, if data has been tampered with or not. Now, in order for us to tell if data has been tampered with or not, we use something called hashing. We use something called, okay, right? So, um, ah, I believe Peace explained what a hash is in the encryption class, right? So there are different models for hash, right? So we have MD5, we have SHA-256. So yes, once you image a file, copy a file, you need to get the hash value of that file. So once you get the hash value, right? When you get the hash equivalent, you can compare before investigation, after investigation, right? So okay, before immediately the device was collected, hash of the device, right? Okay. And then after forensic was carried out on the evidence, I also carried out the, I also checked the hash value. Now, if the hash value is different pre-forensic, that means the information has been tampered with, right? So hash value is one of the information that is being documented, right, in your chain of custody. So it can help to know if data has been tampered with or not. So now we are at right blocking. So yes, who is that person? Please. I'm waiting for your I'm waiting for your comments. I am still waiting for your comments. Okay, thank you, Obiwenem. Yes, yes, Peace, Mrs. Peace did. And Okoli Grace block is a temporary or lasting failure to put word on paper. Ah, are you sure? Okay, Damilola. All right, don't worry. I'm going to skip it. We'll wait for our teacher on right blocking to come and educate us. Okay, now hashing. So important of hashing. Hashing creates a fingerprint of a file, right? It ensures that the evidence has not been what altered, like we rightfully said, right? During collection or analysis, right? Then we have algorithms, right? So hashing algorithms, just like Damilola said, we have SHA-1, SHA-256, 5, SHA-512, right? So yeah, so we have, there's also MD5. These are like the ones that are commonly used. So now when it comes to forensic, you must also you must not forget, right, that there is, it has a lot to do with the legal, there's a lot of legal implication, there's a lot of ethical consideration. So there are some legal frameworks, some frameworks that you want to keep in mind, right? GDPR, all those kind of stuff, right? Then ethical responsibility, do not tamper with evidence, right? You must make sure that evidence is not tampered with. Going to be repeating this a lot of time. You need to make sure that evidence is not tampered with, right? To ensure what integrity, you must be able to prove that the data has integrity, right, before it can be accepted in the courts, right? Ensure privacy and follow legal protocols, right? Yes, so okay, we've done a lot of interactive sessions, so let's just keep this. Okay, so forensic tools and technique. Forensic tools and techniques, right? So anybody knows, does anybody know any tool, any forensic tool? Okay, so praise write blocking is any tool that permits read-only access to data storage without the integrity of data. Yes, well said, praise. Thank you. Okay. Forensic tools and technique. So anybody with any no anybody example of forensic tools. Okay, Kali Linux has forensic tools. Yeah. I mean, Kali is built with a lot of tools. Yeah, Wireshark. Thank you, Afolabi. Wireshark for analyzing network traffic. Okay, let's keep them coming. Let's keep them coming. Thank you, Jesu Bay Misola. Yes, Kali. There's a lot of inbuilt forensic tools. Okay, let's not waste time. Okay, so now tools help to we must understand that the purpose for these tools is that they assist in evidence collection, analysis, and reporting. So now we have various categories of tools. We have open source tools, we have commercial tools, and then we have tools that are cloud-based, right? Maybe for your AWS, maybe for your Azure, right? Some of these platform from this cloud platform build forensic tools that you can use, right? Okay, now for open source, right? Open source tools are free. They are right? They are free. Thank you, FTK autopsy. I have a lot coming. Yeah, I remember we mentioned autopsy in our early class, and somebody was like, "Is it the same autopsy?" Yeah. Okay. So we have open source tools, right? Open source tools are usually free. They are free, right? And they are mostly community supported. Now, because of this, right, there's a lot of time open source tools tend to it is easy for open source tools not to be so stable, right? Okay. Then we have commercial tools. Now, commercial tools are paid for. They often have better support and features, right? Since I'm giving you money, I expect the tool not to have problem. So example of autopsy, we have Wireshark, right? Then commercial tools, we have Encase, we have FTK, we have Celebrite, a lot of tools, right? A lot of good tools. Okay, so let me quickly go through the comments again. Wireshark, autopsy from Okoli Grace, autopsy Sandra, Google can be used as a forensic tool if you know the right command. Yeah. I mean, if you Google can be used as a not necessarily. Um, okay. Yes, FT from Gift, FTK Imager, and Okoli Grace, bulk extractor. Yeah, thank you, Jane. Thank you. Writer blocker is any tool that that permits read-only access to data storage device without compromising the integrity of the data, right? So when you use this tool, it prevents you from being able to write to a storage device, right? It prevents you from being able to write to a data to an evidence, right? It prevents you from being able to write to an evidence. Okay, so you can only read the data in the storage device. That means you can only read the evidence, right? So that means it is hard for you to what? It makes it impossible or hard. Let's just use the word hard. It makes it impossible. Yeah, it makes it impossible for you to what? To alter the evidence. Okay. Again, yes, volatility. Very correct. Familiar autopsy. Yeah. Temi, Timilei, Nmap, Metasploit. No, not necessarily. No, these are not forensic tools. Nmap and Metasploit. Okay. Um, Adeshola autopsy is free. How is it free, sir? Because I heard autopsy. Okay. So Adeshola said autopsy is not free. Okay, so here's what we'll just do. Autopsy, right? Tool. Okay, so this is their web page, right? So let's open their web page. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit. So Autopsy is the premier and end-to-end open source digital forensic platform built by Sleep Kit Lab with the core feature you expect in commercial. Okay, so I hope this answers your question. All right, and bulk extractor, camera, nmap. Nmap is not necessarily a forensic tool. It could come handy. I mean, maybe when you are doing something, it could come handy, but not necessarily. Registry recon, okay, makes it possible to. Yes, thank you, colleague Grace. That is writer blocker, right? And Agbo Kelechi, can Adobe Acrobat be used as? I don't think so. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Okay. Yeah, forensic toolkit from Damilola. Yes, thank you. And yes, right, celebrate. Yeah, that's almighty celebrate, right? Okay, so let's get back to okay. Yeah, so there's something called Dix imaging, right? So what is Dix imaging? Dix imaging creates an exact copy of a hard drive for analysis, right? So remember we spoke about imaging, right? Imaging, like I said, creating an exact copy of the evidence, right? Because we do not want to tamper with the main original copy, right? So example, we have FTK imager, we have Encase, and then we have DD, right? Yeah, DD is used for mobile device, Android device. Yeah. FTK imager, simple and it is effective imaging to Encase, widely used for comprehensive analysis. Yeah, Encase is pretty good too. DD is free, DD is open source, right? And yeah, okay, so interactive session. Let's just keep this. Okay, okay, all right. We are going to stop here for today. So yeah, let's just stop here for today. All right, guys. So let me take because this is 14 more minutes. Let's take a few contribution and question from you guys, and we'll call it a wrap here today. Call it a wrap here today. Okay, yes. Obinwene, we can use digital forensic to investigate intellectual property theft. Right? Yes, it is possible. Yes. So yeah, you can use it. So for example, documented the idea before the other person and you have something to prove that you actually are the owner of the idea, right? And then it is, yeah, you can actually use forensic to prove. So let me give you an example. Okay, maybe I had an idea and then I shared it with who is going to be the good person that is going to steal my idea now. Okay, so I shared it with right? After sharing it with Obinwe name, I just came online 2 weeks later and Obinwe name has built my products and Obinwe name is trying to tell the whole world that, oh, the idea is from her. If I have a document, right, that contains all information relating the idea, right? Maybe I probably shared the document with Obinwe name, right? And then maybe in the course of the entire case, Obinwe name laptop was collected from her, and then maybe they check our chats, right? Maybe they saw both of us discussing maybe our WhatsApp chats, and then they realize that, oh, we actually had the conversation and I shared the idea with her, right? So that's one way. And maybe I shared a couple of documents with her, and those documents were discovered on a device, maybe a phone or a laptop, right? So those are just examples. There's a lot of ways that you can actually use digital forensic to investigate intellectual property theft, right? All right. Okay, so Moyin Dick's imaging, right, is just like, think of it as cloning, right? Cloning a storage device, right? Just think of it that way. So you create an exact copy, you create an exact replica of that hard disk, excuse me. You create an exact replica of that hard disk. Okay. Just to maybe Sola, if a perpetrator I that has that is IT knowledgeable rewrites a storage device to cover up evidence, can forensic experts easily misled? Yes, it is possible to mislead a forensic expert. Remember, we said there's a concept known as anti-forensic. Yeah, but time is not going to allow us look into that today. Yeah, so you can see, yeah, encryption, data wiping, obfuscation, steganography, right? So there's actually anti-forensic technique. Yeah. Okay. From Sarah, someone who forgot his phone password or pattern and don't want to flash the phone so he doesn't lose it. Is it possible to unlock the phone? That's I'm not in the place to answer this question, Sarah. Just take it to technicians. I mean, for some phone, it is possible to. Yeah, you might be, if the person can prove that it is his or her phone. Yeah, it is possible to. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. No more question or contribution. If there is no other question or contribution, we can call it a wrap here tonight. So yeah. All right. So thank you very much, guys, for today. It sure was fun. I spoke a lot. In fact, I shared a lot of story. In fact, I believe I overshared. Right. Yeah. So we will continue. We'll try as much. I will keep trying as much as possible to attend to the various problem in setting up the virtual environment on the group, right? And hopefully we will have everybody's environments ready. But yes, we are going to be carrying out a forensic task together, right? But for that, you can actually follow up on that on your laptop. Okay, if you have a Windows system, I'm pretty much sure it is possible for Windows. For Apple users, I want to believe that should work, but remember, like I always say, I'm not like an Apple expert, right? I don't use a MacBook, but I will make a little research to be sure the Mac folks can also follow along in the forensic analysis. And yeah, that should be it. So hopefully we do the analysis in our next class, but definitely this week. Yeah. So I will communicate the software name before class, right? So you guys can download it, right? And then during the class, I will try to set it up with you guys for those might who might have who might not be able to set it up on their own, right? Yeah. And that should be it, guys. That should be it. So thank you very much for tonight's class, and thank you guys for the nice comments, the prayers, and everything. I appreciate them, and it means a lot to me. Okay, so thank you guys. Please have a good night rest. All right, thank you, Joy Alunge. Thank you, Chioma. Thank you, Amalichi. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Gift. Thank you, Evania. Okay, this thank you, Simile Oluwa. All right, guys. Bye bye. See you in the very next one.